music, athletics, arts, and entertainment. The Desert Tiger Podcast with Colton Geschwader.
I know I'm nothing special. I'm just a lost kid with nothing left to lose. Like all lost kids, sometimes adults need to break away from it all. Isn't that why so many of us are filled with this sense of wanderlust? A sense that maybe we can be so much more. A sense that we can achieve and be whatever we want to be as long as our hearts so desire it enough. Just like we were told was possible when we were younger. Because at heart, so many of us still are. And maybe that's why so many in our generation seem lost to those that come before us. Many grow up and become successful, but still don't lose that sense of youth that we hold so dear. And I don't think that we should. Music is just one of the many ways an individual can release themselves from the confines of their minds and be true and feel a sense of connection, whether it's by themselves or in a crowd as they're serenaded by their favorite artists. I know I'm nothing special. I'm just a lost kid with nothing left to lose. Words mean so much in our society, our world. And for the fans of Calling All Captains, these are more than just words. They're an anthem, a statement, a reason to join the band and sing along. Jump on stage, grab a microphone, and let the youth of the lost soul inside you escape for even just a moment. The band has shared these words along with dedicated fans across Canada and the UK. Although still young in their endeavors, the band continues to add the experience that only the open road can provide to them. But, like all good stories, some chapters need to close in order for new ones to begin. And a new chapter is about to be born for Calling All Captains, as one of their 5 members is spreading his wings to explore life outside of the band he helped create. Lead singer Mike Millan recently announced his departure, leaving a little bit of an opening in this 5-piece family. The band is well on their way to finding a new lead singer, and you're going to hear about that. But before that could be done, the old chapter needed to be closed. One last show together, in Edmonton, opening up for Seaway and the almighty Silverstein. I knew many of the fans and the people that were crucial to the growth of Calling All Captains wouldn't be able to be there to enjoy this moment. But I could be there to capture a small piece of it and bring it to you, the fan, the listener. So like any good nomad, I put my microphone, a laptop, and a blanket inside of my truck, and I hit the open road. Welcome to episode 11 of the Desert Tiger Podcast. I am your host, here as always, Colton Geschwader, and thank you for tuning in. Our guest today is Calling All Captains. Unfortunately, I was running a little bit behind, so we couldn't get as much content as we generally try to. But we tried to get as much in that short period of time as we possibly could, and we were joined by 4 of the members of the band. To make up for this lack of information, we're going to play an extra song for you today. Midway through the show, we're going to play Trainwreck, which contains the lyrics that I started off the show with. But we're going to start things off with a song called Nerve. Calling All Captains' newest and arguably biggest single, and a song that really shows the growth of the band. Shows them trying to refine their sound into something they feel is truly special, while still capturing that feeling of youth that drives Calling All Captains and connects them to their fans so dearly. Without further ado, this is Nerve.
the Desert Tiger Podcast.
All right, we are running on a limited time, so here is Calling All Captains. Well, 4 of the 5 members of Calling All Captains, please introduce yourselves and what you play in the band.
Hey, I'm Luke. I play drums in the band.
I'm Mike, and I sing until today.
I'm Brad, and I play guitar and sing as well.
And I'm Nick. I played bass.
All right, so as you heard, this is Mike's last show, so farewell to Mike, and we're going to find out how did Calling All Captains meet.
Wow.
Kijiji.
Good old Kijiji. No.
Me and Brad actually were in a band a long time ago together, and when I left that band, I kind of dragged Brad with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, we should start another thing because I like playing music with you. And then Nick's not wrong. We literally
found him on Kijiji.
We found him on Kijiji. He was what a coincidence. We found him, and then he knew Luke. We had a couple drummers before that, and then we decided that Luke was the one that fit with us.
Okay.
With Luke always comes Connor.
Oh yeah. That's Connor's not here right now, but he was me. Where I go, Connor goes. It took him about a year of convincing. He was always helping me write stuff behind the scenes, but yeah, we just secured him up, and he's good stuff.
Well, I'm glad that he was able to join you guys. How did you guys end up settling on the name Calling All Captains?
Oh, man, we fought for so long on names. We almost
What's in a name, right? What is in a name?
The name is everything.
We were a lot of different things before Captains, and Captains came along with a drunken night, New Year's Eve in Calgary. I was slogging from a bottle of Captain Moe's, read the label and thought Calling All Captains was funny, and I thought we could make the I Heart New York shirt into I Heart CaC. Told these guys I thought it was funny.
That never happened though.
We still haven't done that.
We still haven't.
And that's where CaC
Multiple
comes from.
T-shirts designs since then,
It was
but
all about
not
the T-shirt
quite that
design
one.
potential.
Oh yeah.
Is it marketable? All right, we can market it in a different way, but let's do it every other single way possible.
You betcha.
So what is your guys' writing process like?
Writing process.
Yeah, where does it start? Who gets things rolling?
Tell you what, man. There's
varies.
there's 3 different processes. There's 5 different processes. If
Well,
you wanna,
hey, break it down.
There's a couple times where someone will get a spark of hey man, they write a whole song. They'll do the lyrics, the melodies, everything like that. Bring it to the band and be hey, this is sick. And then from that, the whole song, then we'll pick apart stuff that we like, that we don't like, form it into something that we can all agree on. And if it's sick to begin with, then it's sick to begin with. And then there's lots of times where someone will have a riff, and then you just start jamming, just playing stuff in the jam room, and then you finally get something going.
Awesome. Anyone else have any input on that, or is that pretty much?
That covers it.
That pretty much covers it. All right, so let's go through your releases. Starting with Away with Words. What inspired that? That was your guys' first release. Where were you at life? What was the motivation behind that EP?
I was in school and just wanted to play music again. So
Actually, at the time, I remember Mike was in Australia, and I was here in Edmonton, and he was living there for 6 months, and we were talking as he was traveling, and then he would every now and then he'd send me a song and be check out this song I wrote or whatever, and just him and an acoustic guitar.
And I went back and watched those, and they're so bad. It's so awkward. It's just me sitting in a field.
They started it. That's what started it. And then I was oh man, that sounds really good. We can make that into a good full band song. Let's start a band when you get back. So that was how half of the songs in the EP started.
Yeah. Away with Words was probably the last one actually, and that was just literally that song. To be honest, was written in 10 minutes, completely. It hasn't changed since the first time it was written.
Yeah, that's one of the few songs that had nothing added to it.
Nothing taken away.
Yeah.
That's good, because it's one of the ones that the fans really seem to like too.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Let's talk about Disconnect. What was the difference between that, the transition in recording? How did How did the band grow? How did your guys' experience as musicians affect that?
I think the biggest thing with Disconnect was that Connor had joined the band.
Luke had joined the band.
And then Luke had joined the band.
Yeah,
as well.
because I was
Actually,
completely gone for the first EP. That was not the drums that I wrote, and like even now I play lots of the old EP songs like a little differently, but that's all well and good. But,
I think we like listened to a lot of different bands
Yeah.
at that point as well. When we were first writing our first EP, it was a lot of like influence from bands like All Time Low
Four-Year.
and Mayday Parade and things like that. And
Yeah,
then
4-Year definitely
with like
is in there.
yeah, with like a hint of 4-Year, with like we were trying
With
to
the
do a little bit of easy core with like the like softer pop punk, you know. And then I think later on in that, that's when we started dipping our feet into more of like the kind of modern like Story So Far, knuckle puck kind of.
Well, yeah, but
pop
even
punk,
though like.
but then there's still like a little bit of traces of that easy core
Yeah,
and
I was
stuff
about to say,
in there.
Well, your roots always kind of stick with you, right?
Yeah.
Listen to a lot of Chunk with Captain Chunk while
Yeah.
writing Disconnect.
They're a really good band, so I can't blame that at all. It really like shows that you guys you matured a lot like as you grew through that, and it especially shows on your newest single, Nerve, which has actually gotten quite a few plays on Spotify.
300,000 as of today.
300,000 as of today. Whoop whoop. So take me through Nerve. Why did you guys decide to release it as just a single, and what does it mean to you as musicians?
I think we just knew we had to get it out. Like it came together. I think Connor wrote the riff for it originally.
Connor wrote the entire all the music to
the
the
main
song,
riff,
like the
yeah.
whole way through, basically. And we'd been listening to that for like a long time. Him and Luke would like play that on our previous tours and stuff together on the guitars. There was like no vocals or anything to it. It was just literally like a song on guitars, on like acoustic guitars, and it sounded really cool. And we were all like, man, this song has to become one of our songs. And then one day I just like woke up and I was feeling in a mood. I was in one of those like writing moods, and I was like, guys, you got to send me that track. Like, send me a recording like by the end of the day, and
Need it
we'll
now.
have something. And like they sent that to me, and I sent what I had back to them, and they were like everyone was just stoked, and we just like built on that.
I remember hearing it for the first time at practice when like he kicked in, it's like QF, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it just felt right, like.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, that's what. So like after that, like after we'd like sent it back and forth a couple times, we were using like GarageBand and things like that. So it didn't
Still
sound.
use GarageBand.
It did not sound good.
Yeah.
When we were sending it back and forth to each other, but then when we played it, I think all of us were like, yeah, this is the next. This is where like it's going, you know.
Okay. So speaking about that GarageBand feel, the video for Nerve kind of has you guys playing in a garage sort of way. Who did you guys work with for the video, and how was building it?
We actually worked
the
with
man?
Wyatt, who's here tonight. He's filming Silverstein.
Oh, really?
Wyatt Clow, he did. No, it's in a living room.
It's a living
but
room.
yeah,
It's a living room.
No, Wyatt Clow. So he worked with Silverstein on a couple videos, Seaway on a couple videos, Rarity on a couple videos. Absolutely killed what he did with that. He's a Canadian boy, so we figured we'd hit him up. He flew from Japan to Toronto to Edmonton for 2 days, then back to Toronto and back to Japan to do that video. And he absolutely crushed it. So
Yeah.
I'm stoked he's here tonight. So that's going to be a fun time.
Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully he can catch a little bit of your guys' set too, maybe as well.
The Desert Tiger Podcast.
it's like to be surrounded by everyone you know and feel as lonely as you've ever been. But this isn't the first time that I've fallen apart. It's easy to feel alone with this messy hair and a hungry heart. Here's to another night where we can settle for a dream back in our heads. So I'll tip this glass and tear this year from a memory that's fading quickly. Cause this bottle's a story with sad eyes before it, sinking into another night. While taking this out on my liver, you still won't feel a goddamn thing in the morning. I know I'm nothing special. I'm just a lost kid with nothing left to lose. I know I'm nothing special. I'm just a lost kid with nothing left to lose. I know I'm nothing special. I'm just a lost kid with nothing left to lose. I know I'm nothing special. I'm just a lost kid with nothing left to lose.
The Desert Tiger Podcast.
Okay. Do you guys have a favorite song from your catalog? Do you have a song that sticks with you personally or means the most to you, or?
I'd say Nerve is probably like for all of us.
Yeah.
Nerve's my favorite personally.
I'd say Jamie just for me.
Jamie's real personal for you.
Yeah, I wrote Jamie for like I pretty much
Okay.
I wrote lots of the music for that, and then the melodies and lyrics I put all my like it's like a past bullshit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Sorry for cursing. fellas.
No worries.
Yeah, we can
No
swear in this, right?
Yeah, you can.
Alright,
You
fuck
can
yeah.
fucking swear all you want. I have no network, no fucking anybody telling me bullshit anything.
All right, fuck
Fuck the pressure. Seriously. Okay, you guys recently toured Europe. Is that correct?
Yeah, the UK.
Yeah, you
United
did that with
Kingdom.
Chief State. How was that for you guys?
Oh man,
I was
amazing.
I was drunk the entire time.
You're drunk all the time anyway.
I don't think there was a day. There was one day that I didn't drink. I think all of us were drunk.
Oh,
the whole
God.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, not Connor and I.
Oh yeah. so
Cheap
you guys
booze,
just did,
cheap
like,
booze,
you
good
didn't drink?
dudes, fast cars, fast women. Nah, actually, it was just a lot of cheap booze and good times.
It was none of that. It was just alcohol and dudes.
I hallucinated a lot.
Alcohols and dudes the whole time. Nick was drinking absinthe and seeing women everywhere.
I was drinking my Diablo, man. It's the only time I'll have tequila.
Getting off your drugs at the co-op. You know
No,
how it is.
15 minutes in and you found somebody.
Oh, you betcha.
Alright, so as we mentioned earlier, this is Mike's last show at the band.
Yes.
Do you guys have a favorite Mike experience or story or...
Yeah.
You go first.
I'm taking the cake. My favorite Mike story is where he wanted a can of tuna. He wanted it so bad.
In Lethbridge.
And we were in Lethbridge, and we were in the middle of the Cross Canada tour, right? We were just coming off the western leg of it, dipping up into the, and he was like, I really want a tuna sandwich, and so he doesn't have a can opener for this can. So he takes the can, he smacks it on the ground and starts grinding. He starts grinding as fast as he can. Just as fast as he can. He's like starts
like a
grinding.
caveman trying to break into a
You see
tuna can.
sparks. He's like hitting it over and over again, just trying to get this tuna. And then it doesn't work after like 10 minutes. But after the 10 minutes, he started to attract cats. The cats started coming around.
The cats came out of the alley.
Came out of the alleys and strays are coming around.
You had to fight
Mike's
a few for it.
League of Cats.
And that's the best story I've ever told, so I'm gonna end it there.
And yeah.
And yeah.
Damn.
I just remember one time, like, I don't remember if this was the cross Canada tour or just like one of the small Western ones, but we're in the bus and Mike's just like, so guys, I forgot to pack underwear. Can I like borrow boxers? I'm like, what?
We were gone for 6 weeks.
Like, man, we've been gone for like a day. Like, we don't have enough underwear for you and
I
us.
still have Luke's underwear.
So we all had to chip in.
You're lucky I packed lots.
I fit in mine.
That's good stuff.
That's hilarious.
What you got?
Red Deer.
Red Deer.
You know.
Oh,
This is before you even around.
I know. Everyone
Red
keeps
Deer.
talking about Red Deer, but that's
Red
alright.
Deer, the first time we ever played there, we got a hotel that we split into 2 rooms because there were 6 of us for some reason. And you and your girlfriend, Brad, shared a bed, and me and Mike shared a bed.
Oh my god.
And that's all I'm going to leave Red Deer at.
That's all it needs.
Either
to
that
be
or
left
writing
at.
train wreck on an air mattress.
The awkward silence there.
Oh yeah.
Tells
When I lived at your
Tells
house for like
everything.
Yeah.
So, what section of Kijiji did you find each other under?
Mail for mail. Mail for mail, just like we found Fraser on Craigslist.
One wanted for CAC.
All right. So, Mike, do you have any personal favorite stories from your travels and your experiences with calling all captains?
Honestly, it's like really hard to pin out just one. And there were so many, like pretty much the entire time we were touring, it was a lot of fun. I would say, I don't know, I can't really think of like a specific one off the top of my head.
It's understandable.
You remember messing up your ankle in
I was gonna say,
Giving yourself a concussion at Filthy's.
that was a good one.
I did.
Knees himself
I,
in the head.
Jumped up. I did like a posy jump and smacked myself in the head and gave myself a concussion.
Yeah.
being the only person on the tour who could speak French to the Montreal promoter.
Oh, that was good.
yeah.
Everyone was like, I remember like walking in the back of the pack of like the couple bands that we were with, and then everyone would just like run out, like they'd be like, "Mike, what do you do?" I'm like, "What?" And they're like,
only reason-
somebody's speaking French to me, and I don't know what they're saying.
The only reason we got paid was because you spoke French.
Yeah,
That's
actually.
good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Those were Drunk 182!
Drunk 182.
Yes.
182.
And the promoter, David,
Yep.
who was like
Oh, God.
going ham for them.
That was a good time. It was the last day of that tour with Nothing Gold.
Drunk 182 in Quebec. Sounds like an amazing time. So obviously you leaving the band is to save your well-being and health, right? I mean, obviously you can't risk any more concussions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys actually recently closed the audition period for finding the replacement for Mike. Womp womp. So how is that going for you guys? Have you guys got a lot of talented prospects? Where are you at in the process?
Yeah.
If you don't mind to tell me.
We had a lot of really good auditions and lots of like friends that auditioned. Like we were really
I just want
grateful
Fraser from
for
Chief
everyone.
State to sing for us
Oh, he's so good.
with the British accent.
I'm going to have them on the pod heading to Vancouver next weekend.
Nice.
So I'm going to be talking to them there.
Kiss Nick Pang for me.
Okay.
Wait, what days are you there?
I'm there on the 18th and the 19th.
I'm gonna be there on the 18th.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I guess what you could say about that singer search is that like we've had lots of really, really good potential, and lots of like great like auditions, like really.
Yeah, now we're kind of in the phase where we're qualifying the people and seeing who's ready to commit to it and who can be financially stable and, you know, be a full-time
Who
band member.
actually has the ambition and the
Yeah,
drive to
so
commit to the
it's-
dream?
It's one thing to
Send a
be able
cut,
to
yeah.
pull your weight in singing, but also on all the other roles behind the scenes is a big part of it too. So
Well, you have to be willing to
We're-
actually
yeah.
commit to doing social media, to talking to fans, to contributing to
Touring,
band
touring,
business,
jobs,
touring.
Touring is the
relationship
biggest thing because
stress,
we've
yeah.
had an audition where it was really good potential, but this is they got a career, so like you can't really quite take time off for
I mean,
a tour,
this-
you know. So
This lifestyle is a sacrifice in
It
its own.
completely
And I
is.
mean, we've all lost relationships and friends and a bunch of shit, and we've passed up on a lot of opportunities, you know, to advance our own personal lives. But this is what we want to do, and so this is what we're going to do. And you know, if you're not going to pull the 20% that you're supposed to, then good luck in life.
Hey, no, I completely understand that. I'm doing 100% of my own work where I have a hell of a time finding a job because what job wants me to go to Edmonton for a Thursday and a Friday?
Yeah. So we're still interviewing people. We haven't made a pick yet, or we've got a lot of options that we're weighing right now, but it's still pretty up in the air. So.
Okay. All right, so is there going to be any shift in the sound, you think, or are you going to continue down the road that you're currently on?
There could be, like, some of the options that we weighed is, like, Luke and I singing, which would be a different sound.
Definitely.
Right? So having more of Luke's raspy vocals in the mix would be a big shift in the sound.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as writing styles, same people writing the same stuff, and Mike still pops by every now and again to tell us what's good and what's not. So it's like he's out of the band, but hey, he's the best ears we got for it,
Well, he's still part of the family, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're gone, but you're never fully out of it.
You can never escape.
All right, so we've talked about a lot about your travels on the road. What do you guys tour in? What is your go-to vehicle for hitting the road?
The bus.
The handicap bus. Yeah, we actually lucked out. There's an auction for old Edmonton transit buses. And one of the buddies, he bought 2 of them, and he didn't realize he didn't need 2 city buses. So put them on Kijiji, and we just grabbed an old Edmonton Transit handicap bus. They got a handy lift where we put all our gear on there, loaded it all up.
Bought a bunch of lumber, built some bunk beds into it.
Yeah, it's good stuff in there.
And we've toured all across Canada. Yep.
Awesome.
With thousands of kilometers on that thing. It's home.
All right, it looks like we are almost running out of time, so we'll go as long as we possibly can. Yep. Who were your idols growing up? Who were the bands that you listened to in high school that you just couldn't live without? Who helped you through the hard times?
Blink-182,
Newfound Glory, The Used, Taking Back Sunday, brand new for me.
The Used is amazing. They really helped me too.
I'd have to say, growing up, I was really, really into metal. So I was into Atreyu, Sevenfold. Then I was also into that emo metalcore, so that Escape the Fate and all those types of bands. It was pretty wild. But I'd say my favorite band growing up from elementary school, Green Day, and then junior high, All Time Low. Then in high school. Goodness, high school was a blur.
Day to remember?
Yeah, day to remember, man. Day to remember. That's for sure.
That was a day you forgot.
Yeah, that was a day I forgot. No doubt. Wow. I forgot about ADTR.
How could you ever forget about ADTR?
Forgot about Dre.
It's a little bit easier. All right, we are out of time, so we are gonna go. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah, man.
Hey, thanks for having us.
All right. Shortest interview we ever had, but I was running late, so...
There'll be more in the future.
Alright, as you can tell, the band was just about to count in, so we were literally running out of time. But we brought you we crammed as much as we possibly could into that little period of time for you. So I would like to thank Nick, Mike, Brad, and Luke of Calling All Captains for joining me. And I would also like to give a big shout out to Connor of Calling All Captains, who unfortunately wasn't at the show and couldn't join us either. You can find the CaCtains on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by looking up Calling All Captains. You can also find them on Bandcamp, and I suggest that you do. You can also find us, the Desert Tiger Podcast. That's me, Colton Geschwantner. When you reach out to us, you're literally reaching out to me. You are interacting with me. Like Scott, when he messaged me about his band, Son of the Dog, he contacted me, and I loved what they put forward, so you're going to hear them in a future episode. And we also have mad love for Dale, who gave us a shout out on Instagram and told us how much he loves the show and what we're doing. Thank you guys so much for reaching out to us. And if you want to, you can find us on Facebook at Desert Tiger Entertainment, on Instagram at Desert Tiger Podcast, and on Twitter at Desert Tiger Pod. You can also email us, like Scott did, by reaching out to desert.tiger.podcast@gmail.com. It's nice and easy, so go ahead and do it. We love hearing from you. And we want to give a big thank you to you, yourselves, the listener of the Desert Tiger podcast. Because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. It's inconceivable. Without the listener, there would be no reason to do this. So thank you so much. Whether you're in California, Indiana, New York, Detroit, Texas, Ontario, Saskatchewan, BC, Alberta, wherever you are. If you're listening on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Castify, Castbox, whatever it is, we hope you love the show, and we hope you hit that subscribe button. I hope you leave us a review, and I hope you reach out to us, because we love hearing from you, like I said. Next week on the show, we have funny guy, comedian Nick Vatterott, and we are super stoked to bring that one to you, because he is hilarious. And I am very, very excited about it. But before we go, like always, we have to leave you with a quote. And this one comes to us from Winston Churchill. The pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Thank you for joining the DTP today.
The Desert Tiger Podcast. Subscribe, rate, and review. iTunes, Google Play Music, and Stitcher. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thanks for listening.